Hi, my name is Del, and welcome to Comic Snags. Okay, so for this week, I've got another really big stack of dollar books, as well as like 3 or 4 comics that I bought at a store in Vegas. Okay, let's start off with the dollar books. So the first one is Street Poet Ray number 2, I believe. I only bought it because it says Earth Day 1990, and that's actually the year I graduated from high school, so which is actually kind of funny. So I ended up buying it. And then the next one is the Personality Presents the Original Crew. And this is basically a series of biographies for Star Trek, the original series. So this is DeForest Kelley. And then we have Image United number 0 with this great cover by Erik Larsen. We have Speed Racer number 1 in 3D. I got WizKids. I have no idea what number this is, but then I remember this comic book. I actually had this when I was a kid. My parents, growing up, our first computer came from Radio Shack, and it was called the Tandy. It was like one of the first IBM machines that was out there commercially. So what's funny is that that Tandy, I remember I played that thing to death. It only lasted a few years because we really didn't know what we were doing with it. I only played one game on it. It was called Oregon Trail, and it was basically these pioneers. You would start off in somewhere in I don't know, like New York or somewhere from the East Coast, and then these pioneers would go off into the West and try to get to California and build a home over there. And I remember I always died from dysentery. I actually never made it. I don't think I did, but it was kind of funny. It actually brought back a lot of memories of my childhood growing up with this really crappy computer, where we had like floppy disks that were like 5.25 inches. It was crazy. So anyway, so I had this one, a very nostalgic buy for me. And oh wow, this is Guy Gardner Reborn. This is book 1. I believe this is a minor key. This is the first solo series of Guy Gardner. Then I picked up Gogurt number 1. I don't know anything about it, but what's funny is that if you actually look at the cover, you start off seeing this gentleman up here. And I didn't notice that, and I saw he was on the hill, but I didn't notice that there's this big giant underneath. So I bought it just because it was a great cover. Then Brute Force number 1. This is a minor key. This is the first appearance of Brute Force. I'm not sure if they had a toy or not, but then I bought it because it's a nice little 80s book. Then Captain Carrot and the Amazing Zoo Crew in Alice Wonderland War. I bought it because it's Captain Carrot. What the number 7. This is a newsstand. This has got a great cover by John Byrne. It's also a minor key. This is the first appearance of Milk and Cheese. G.I. Joe versus Transformers number 1 from DDP. I want to say it was like Devil's Due Press. I believe that's what it is. The Art of War. As you see Cobra Commander, and I think that's a Zatara, or is it Zatanna? I think it's Zatanna about to beat up Bumblebee. I was about to say Beetlejuice. Bumblebee. So I actually just watched on Prime Video Transformers Beast Wars, or Rise of the Beast. It was actually a pretty good movie, and I totally forgot about that spoiler at the end of the movie, and I was like, oh wow, so it was great. So I actually found it and I picked this up. So I also picked up Jack Kirby's Fourth World number 1 with this great cover by John Byrne again. Metamorpho number 1, year 1. I got it because of the James Gunn spec going on. Shadow Pack number 1. This is a minor key. This is by Bill Willingham, and I believe this is the first appearance of Kid Carnival or Carnival. Voodoo number 1. I actually did like this character from, was it Wildcats? Yeah, Wildcats. So I'm actually curious to read this. So Crimson number 1. I bought this because it was number 1, and also I believe this is a Humberto Ramos cover. So, yeah, so I bought it. Astonishing X-Men number 12, because this is a Josh Whedon book. I'm actually trying to pull this run together now. And Astonishing X-Men number 11, and this is a minor key. This is the first appearance of Danger, or first cover appearance, first cover of Danger. And then Independence number 0. Like I said before in my videos, I collect anything that has any film or television series on there, as well as signed books. That's the other thing I like to collect. I also picked up Freedom number 1 by Frank Frazetta, or Frank Frazetta's Freedom. I don't think this is actually written by him, or drawn by him, but it might be based off his ideas. I'm not sure about this one. And then Avengers Classic #1, and I believe this is a reprint of Avengers #1. It's got a great cover by Arthur Adams. I think it's, yeah. So in the back, that is Avengers #1. Cool. Then I also picked up John Woo's Seven Brothers. This is written by Garth Ennis, and John Woo is actually a great action director. I'm interested to read this. Arana, The Heart of the Spider #9. Teen Titans #44, East versus West. I always like these covers when you have like two teams battling each other like that. Batman Battle for the Cowl #3. I believe this is a 1:10 ratio, and this is a minor key. This is the first time Damian Wayne becomes Robin. Infinite Crisis, I'll count down to Infinite Crisis #1, and I believe this is another minor key. This is the death of Ted Kord, the original Blue Beetle. Yeah, I have Infinite Crisis #1, and I believe this is the death of Phantom Lady. Then I picked up Blue Beetle #15, just because this is apparently where he meets Superman. Serenity #1, another Joss Whedon book. Great, and I love Firefly as well. Superman Aliens #1. I think it's #1, or is it just a one-shot? I might have to check later. Okay, then we also have Justice #11 with this great Alex Ross cover. Justice Society of America #5, another Alex Ross cover, this time featuring Sandman. Justice Society of America #6, Alex Ross again, and this one features, I think this is Atom Smasher. Yeah, Atom Smasher. From the Black Adam movie. Then I picked up this because I thought this was fantastic. This is Wacky Raceland #1. I picked this up because I used to watch, the Wacky Racers. It was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon in which, every episode there'd be a starting of a race, and then they'd have to get to the finish line, and there's always an obstacle in the way, and usually the finishers were always different, which was kind of cool. But this is great because this actually kind of looks like a G.I. Joe type of deal. I mean, this is Dick Dashley, I believe, and this is Muttley, which is great. Excuse me. And then this is Penelope Pitstop. And I'm not really sure who the other ones are, so I'm actually going to read this one. So I picked up #1, #2, and #5. I was hoping that the whole series was there, but it wasn't, so I just picked up those 3. And then I also picked up Daredevil #299. And this has a great cover by Lee Weeks with Kingpin looking over the burned up city. It's great. Then this is Batman Holy Terror. This is an Elseworlds book. I thought it was a very cool cover. I'm not quite sure who it is, but I want to say it's this Norm Breyfogle. I believe that's what that is, Breyfogle. So I think this is actually very cool. Then I picked up 1 through 5, Southern Cross, just because it was a set. I have no idea what it's about. So that's 1, 2, whoa, it's about to fall. 3, 4, and 5. And so the last snag for the dollar books today is Prophet #1. And so I don't get it. This is the second one I pulled out from a dollar bin, and it was from 2 different vendors. I pulled the one out of a dollar bin last year, like early last year, and now I just pulled out a second one of these, which is awesome. I mean, it's not as good a shape as the other one, but it's actually good enough. There's like maybe 1 tick, 2, 3 ticks, but it could be pressed. Only one of them is color breaking. It's in really good shape. This is apparently a rare Todd McFarlane cover, but like I said, I pulled out 2 of these so far, so I think that's incredible. So this is, you know what, I might be up for trading for this one, because I do have the other one, which is actually in a better condition, but I think this is awesome. All right, now let me go show you the other one. Let's just leave it there. All right, so this is a store that I visited in Vegas and it was called Alternate Reality Comics. I only had like a half hour to be in the store. My wife went to go see her friend, and then to because her friend was involved in a bodybuilding competition, which was actually kind of cool. But it was going to be an all-day event, so my daughter and I decided to go to Circus Circus. But before we went to Circus, I wanted I wanted to go to this comic store, and we only had like a half hour in there because I do hate dragging family members who aren't interested in comic books to the store, because literally I could have spent like 3 hours in that store, because when you first show up at Alternate Reality Comics, you do see this 50-cent, like a whole bunch of 50-cent boxes, and I just looked through them really fast because I wanted to go inside. Because when I visit these stores and there's not in my LCS area, I will like try to pick up like a wall book that I don't have, you know, makes everything nice and easy, and I pick it up and then we could go. But unfortunately, their wall book isn't fully stocked, or it's not available. I don't know, but I only saw a few of them. And then there's like a 200 book there, a $300 book there. And there's other books there, but I actually had some of those. So I started looking around. I did find their Copper Age X-Men stuff, which is great because I am missing some X-Men books to fill out my run. And the first one I found was X-Men 235. This is a minor key. This is the debut of Genosha, I believe, which is great and helps fill out the run. And then this is X-Men 263. See, so I actually have this already. I just didn't mark it down on my list. But then I knew I was missing a Forge cover. So I actually found this one over here. So it's 220. So this one actually helps fill out my X-Men run. And this is the one I was missing. So I have a second one of this. And this one I picked up. And then the last one I picked up there was Star Wars number 69. So all of these comic books together cost about about 20 bucks, I would say. And this is a newsstand. This is actually in pretty good shape. This is a minor key. This is the first appearance of the Mythosaur skeleton from The Mandalorian. That's the symbol that they use on their chest, or their logo, I would say. So I thought that was awesome. All right. So that's it. That was the last snag of the day. Thank you so much for watching, and see ya next time. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, which is on the right side, or if you want, watch the next video or one of my videos on the left side. Okay. You guys take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.